Jen, dinner's ready. Come set the table.
Did you hear your mother? Come set the table. Now!
Right.
That girl is getting on my last nerve.
Let's call a truce tonight, Charlie. Please.
Fine. How was school today?
Okay.
Learn anything interesting?
No.
Come on, could you give your mother more than a one-word answer?
Let her be, Charlie.
Let her be? Look at her. Her grades are crap. She has no friends. She spends her days at that weird bookstore downtown listening to devil music and reading Harry Potter.
Charlie, please.
The grimoire isn't weird. You're weird.
She dresses like it's Halloween.
Please stop it.
You're making her upset.
Upset? I'm the one that should be upset. Every day at work I have to hear how Larry's daughter's the softball captain and Ricky's kid's tops in her class. Why can't she be more like a normal 13-year-old?
I am normal.
That's enough.
Normal kids play sports, not pray to the moon.
I don't like sports.
What the hell is that?
Is it an earthquake?
It doesn't feel like an earthquake.
Oh my god, terrorist.
Susan, please.
Jen, what's the matter?
They're coming. They're coming. Coming.
Jennifer!
Oh god, not again.
Twilight Audio Theater presents. In the time before the Great Flood, the sons of God fell to earth and mated with mortal women, spreading their lineage across the earth. They were known as the Nephilim. Consumed with hatred for mankind, they slaughtered men, women, and children with a demonic purpose. Throughout history, each new generation of Nephilim waged bloody war against man, until one turned her back on their dark mission. These are the Adventures of Gabriella Thomas.
Tanya Muirage,
David Alt,
Lothar Tucker,
Maureen Boutier,
Russell Gold,
Sarah Golding,
Steve Schneider,
Joshua Trice,
Crystal Donahue,
Julie Hoverson,
Kevin Hartnell,
Kawana L. Smith,
Eric Kershaw,
Nicole Robinson Carroll.
Tonight's episode, The Return of the Fallen, Part 1.
How may I help you?
I'm here to see Miss Thomas for the interview.
Come right in, Mr. Hannah.
Good afternoon.
Please, take a seat. You're early.
Bad habit of mine.
You're here for the position of parapsychologist,
I'm a trained psychologist. Parapsychology was a hobby of mine back in university. I wasn't aware there were actual paying jobs in the field of parapsychology.
Hallow's Edge is a unique town. Miss Thomas, Michael Hannah is here to see you. Miss Thomas! Excuse me a moment. Miss Thomas!
Perhaps I should come back later.
No, follow me. Michael Hannah here to see you!
No need to shout, Barbara.
You're gonna go deaf.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm going out to lunch.
Lovely woman. Not much of a sense of humor, though.
Miss Thomas, I'm Michael
You are Michael Hannah, former psychologist for the London and Los Angeles police departments. After leaving England, where you were famously, or should I say infamously, involved in the 2014 Ripper killings, you traveled across the pond to assist our boys in blue with the Culver City werewolf case. Probably one of the most important contemporary cases of the paranormal to date. 4 months ago, you unexpectedly left California for undisclosed personal reasons. Yes, I know exactly who you are. Why don't you take a seat? Oh, and call me Gabriella.
I see my reputation has preceded me. You know that case was nothing more than undiagnosed clinical lycanthropy.
But that's not what the police believed at the time.
No, unfortunately I bought into the hysteria just like everyone else. The only monster in that case was the people that fed that poor boy's delusion, myself included. And because I couldn't see the truth, an innocent boy died.
What about the 5 eyewitnesses that claimed the boy threw a patrol car 10 feet in the air?
At the time, California was experiencing aftershocks from the April quake. Is this part of the interview?
No, just pleasant conversation. Tell me what you think of these.
Are you joking?
Please, indulge me.
Well, crop circles. Very fake crop circles, I assure you. I investigated many of these in Northern California. They're made with boards, rope, and usually an inebriated teenager or two.
Go on.
They start in the middle of a field and work their way out. See these indentations here? The soil is... Wait a minute.
What is it?
This one on the right. Normally the stalks are matted down under the weight of the individual making the pattern. In this picture it looks like the crops are pushed well below the surface of the soil. The weight of a person wouldn't leave such a deep impression, not even a very large person. And over here, these look like burn marks. Are these photoshopped?
Very good, Michael. Are your skills as an interviewer equal to your keen eye for detail?
I do have a degree in psychology.
As did Hannibal Lecter.
True, but I'm not a fan of fava beans or Chianti.
And a sense of humor, too. Well done. You're hired. How about we go interview our next client?
Excuse me?
Jennifer Edwards, age 13. I believe she is the cause of the poltergeist terrorizing her family.
No, that's not what I meant. Did you say a poltergeist?
You are familiar with the term.
It's not that. We haven't even discussed money, terms of employment, vacation, and, I don't know, sick days.
Are you not feeling well?
I'm feeling fine.
You didn't read the whole ad, did you?
Well, no. Look, this is not really what I had in mind.
What did you have in mind?
A traditional position as a psychologist. I made a promise to myself to never get involved in the paranormal again.
Michael.
I'm sorry I've wasted your time.
I could really use some help on this case. I fear the girl may harm herself or her family. And I can compensate you for your time.
Well, I do need to find a flat.
I can hire you on retainer until you can find something a little more normal. I can also arrange for lodgings. How does that sound?
I don't know.
It's a very interesting case.
Oh, what the hell. I'm free this afternoon.
Excellent.
But answer me one question first.
Anything.
What do you do here?
That's easy. I help people.
In many ways, Hallow's Edge is similar to Sussex, where I spent my summers growing up.
Don't be fooled by the rustic exterior. The Hollow harbors its fair share of dark secrets.
Most small towns do.
Would you care to hear the case history?
I'm all ears.
Jennifer Edwards, honor student and queen bee of popularity at Hollow's Edge Middle School. After moving into their new home, she has unfortunately transformed not into a beautiful butterfly of teenagehood, but instead into an introverted hermit, which has the parents concerned, especially the goal-oriented father.
Sounds like a typical teenage girl to me, no different than a million others.
Yes, but here's the twist. Objects began to move around the house on their own. Dishes fell to the floor, doors slammed shut, chairs toppled over, and stones began to fall from midair. Odd, wouldn't you say?
But not uncommon. Many claims of so-called poltergeist activity are associated with an adolescent entering puberty, most times a teenage girl.
I don't believe this is a simple case of teenage rebellion.
Really?
I have a theory. Would you like to hear it?
I'm afraid to ask.
I believe that she may be projecting her suppressed telekinetic powers onto the house. That, in fact, she is the cause of the disturbances.
Or more likely it's just an overactive imagination and a little sleight of hand.
Yes, that is always a concern, which is why I'm bringing a medium along to do a preliminary investigation of the home.
Good grief.
You have a problem with psychics?
The LAPD used one for its kidnapping cases. The guy was certifiable.
Here we are, 26 Berry Street. Karen, how are you?
Good. Who's the suit?
Excuse me?
This is our new parapsychologist, Michael Hanna.
Psychologist.
He looks like an accountant.
I was a psychologist with the LAPD.
Oh yeah, the werewolf case. You really butchered that one.
You'll feel differently once you get to know him.
That's what you said about the last one.
Last one?
Small talk later, please. We have work to do. Good afternoon, Mrs. Edwards. These are my associates, Michael Hanna and Karen Roberts.
Miss Thomas, please come in. I've been waiting for you. Jennifer's upstairs in her bedroom. She doesn't know you're coming. Oh, where are my manners? Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you. Is Mr. Edwards home?
No, he's at work. He doesn't get home till 6. He's having a really hard time coping with the new Jen.
Mrs. Edwards, has Jennifer been associating with anyone new? Maybe a boy? Someone you don't approve of?
If only that were the case. As far as I can tell, she lost all her friends. And now she spends most of her time locked away in her bedroom.
Does she spend a lot of time online or texting?
Why, no, she has no computer or cell phone. We took them away after her last report card. She reads and sleeps. She's like a prisoner in her own home. I'm getting worried she may do something to herself.
Don't worry, Mrs. Edwards. We'll get to the bottom of it.
That would be wonderful. Charlie and I are so concerned. Miss Thomas, what is she doing?
Karen is a medium. She's attempting to discern any foreign psychic energies in your home.
I'm not getting anything down here. Can we go upstairs?
Of course.
Was there any one event that you believe may have led to Jennifer's current condition?
No, but it was overnight, I can tell you that. One day she was a happy 13-year-old, and next morning she was someone else. A total stranger living in our home.
I'd like to get a better feeling for the house if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
Then Michael and I will interview Jennifer.
Jennifer, honey, I have some people here who'd like to meet you.
Go away!
Open this door, young lady!
I'm taking a nap.
Jennifer! This is Miss Thomas and Mr. Hanna, and they would like to ask you a few questions.
Is this some kind of half-ass intervention?
Of course not. We're just here to talk to you.
Bullshit.
Watch your language.
My mother thinks I'm the cause of all our problems. Maybe if she gave it up more often, Dad wouldn't be such a miserable prick.
I'll be in the kitchen.
That wasn't very nice. Your mother cares a great deal about you.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Mind if I sit down, Jennifer?
You the shrink?
I'm a psychologist.
Yeah, sure. Just don't try anything. I took karate when I was 11.
Nice house you have.
Madhouse is more like it.
Seems normal to me.
Yeah? Then you move in. You'll change your tune real quick.
The disturbances, you mean?
Hell yeah, the disturbances. That's why you're here, isn't it?
And what do you think is the cause?
Not me, despite what my mother thinks.
Then you believe the house is haunted?
Haunted, no. But something is here.
Something?
It's hard to explain. A presence, a feeling, I don't know.
Your mother told us your grades have suffered and you stopped speaking with your friends.
My teachers are a-holes, and my so-called friends are a bunch of backstabbers. So what?
These are some very impressive drawings on the wall. Are they yours?
You a shrink too?
No, but I am an admirer of fantasy artwork. These are really well done. I have a friend who owns an art gallery, and I'd like to get her opinion on this one.
That piece of shit.
Would you mind if I brought it to her? I would return it, of course.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. What do I care?
Good.
Now, Jennifer, can you tell me about this presence?
It's... I don't know.
Do you think this presence means you harm?
Sounds like she just found out.
It's Karen! Come on!
Your friend just ran out of the house.
Mrs. Edwards, I'll call you tonight. We need to set up an investigation of the house as soon as possible.
Okay. I'll wait for your call.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Edwards.
Jesus, oh God. I had to get out of there.
Karen, what happened?
I was in Susan's bedroom and I sensed something.
Take your time.
It was as if something was hiding from me. It didn't want me to know it was there. The more I focused, the harder it fought me that I was grabbed and thrown against the wall.
Look, she has a bruise on her arm. It does look like someone grabbed her.
Gabriella, whatever it wasn't a human spirit.
Then what was it?
I think I'm gonna be sick. I need to go home.
I'll call you when we get back to the office.
Gabriella, be careful. It knows who you are.
What does she mean by that?
Beats me.
Take a close look at the drawing.
What is it?
Look at the word carved into the skull at the bottom of the drawing.
Nephilim. How well do you know your Bible history, Michael?
A bit rusty, I'm afraid.
In the book of Genesis, the Nephilim were the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men.
The sons of God?
The Nephilim are the union of fallen angels and human women.
Okay, but what does the Old Testament have to do with this family?
I'm not sure yet. Let's go look for some answers.
Twilight Audio Theater presents. In the time before the Great Flood, the sons of God fell to earth and mated with mortal women, spreading their lineage across the earth. They were known as the Nephilim. Consumed with hatred for mankind, they slaughtered men, women, and children with a demonic purpose. Throughout history, each new generation of Nephilim waged bloody war against man, until one turned her back on their dark mission. These are the Adventures of Gabriella Thomas.
Tanya Muirage.
David Alt.
Lothar Tartar.
Maureen Boutier.
Russell Gold.
Sarah Golding.
Steve Schneider.
Joshua Price.
Crystal Donahue.
Julie Hoverson.
Kevin Hartman.
Kawana L. Smith.
Eric Kershaw.
Nicole Robinson Carroll.
Tonight's episode, The Return of the Fallen, Part 2.
Gabriella!
Evening, Bones. How's the special today?
Why, it's fantastic, of course. Fresh trout pulled from Stone River this morning, accompanied with a farm-fresh vegetable medley.
Sounds amazing. We'll take 2.
Oh, great. And what can I get you to drink?
Red wine for me.
I'll take an ale, if you have any on tap.
Why, of course. What type of tavern would this be if I didn't? Hey, are you okay, buddy? You look a little pale, man.
He doesn't get much sun. He's from England.
Oh, hey, good on you, mate.
I'm Michael Hanna.
Nice to meet you. It's nice to see some new faces around here. Welcome to the Horseman's Head Tavern. I'm Samuel Bones. Most everyone just calls me Bones. Please don't make any Star Trek jokes.
The thought never crossed my mind.
Oh, well, now that that's so, thanks. Let me go get those drinks for you.
Bones' family has owned this tavern for over 200 years.
And who do we have here?
I see you got my message. Oh, this here is Michael. We're working on a case together.
How exciting.
Rosemary owns the bookstore in town.
The Grimoire is more than just a bookstore. It's an emporium of rare and magical items. I carry protective talismans from all corners of the world. Hard to find spell ingredients that would make any Wiccan jealous. Not to mention the best collection of dark manuscripts found anywhere.
Really?
Oh, yes. I just took possession of an ancient text known as the Book of Soiga, a treatise on magic and the paranormal. It contains passages that have yet to be translated by scholars. But great power will be bestowed on whoever can break its code and discern its magic words.
Fascinating. I suppose you'll tell me you have a copy of the Necronomicon, too.
Of course. Perhaps I could show you my private collection sometime? I guarantee it'll take your breath away.
Rosemary, I once heard the Soiga had some connection to the Nephilim.
Most often the manuscript is associated with John Dee, a noted intellectual of the Elizabethan era. Among his many mysterious endeavors, Dee was known to dabble in the occult. Gaining possession of one of the only copies of the book, he became obsessed with unlocking its secrets. So Dee traveled to Europe in order to confer with a famous spiritual medium. Through the psychic, and if you can believe it, Dee claimed to have contacted the Archangel Uriel, who vouched for its authenticity, dating its origin back to the time of the Garden of Eden. Some even believe it contains teachings from Lucifer himself.
I have something I'd like you to take a look at.
Where did you get this?
A client.
I've seen similar drawings and photos of skulls like these, depicting giants and the men of renown. You can see how large and elongated they are.
Men of renown.
The Nephilim.
All right. 1 red wine for the lady and a flagon of ale for the gentleman. Ah, evening, Rosemary. What can I do for you?
I have the item you requested, Bones.
Oh, okay. I'll come by tomorrow and pick it up.
I'll keep it on ice for you. And, Michael, when can I expect a visit from you?
Once I get settled, I'll make it number 1 on my list.
Well, don't be too long. I know there are a few items you would be immensely interested in. Good night.
Sorry I didn't get a chance to warn you about her. She's intense.
I thought she was rather charming.
Charming in all the right places.
Shouldn't you go check on our dinner, Samuel?
Oh yeah, of course. I'll be right back.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to introduce Michael Hanna. He will be serving as parapsychologist on the Edwards case.
Hope you fare better than the last one.
Again with the last one.
He is no longer in our services. Let me introduce 2 very important cogs in the machine. First is Don, our cryptozoologist.
You look like a person open to new ideas. Did you know Sasquatch comes from an alien race that crash-landed on Earth during a colonization mission 10,000 years ago?
I wasn't aware.
And the man who keeps us on the straight and narrow, Father John.
It's very nice to meet you.
And you've met Karen.
Yes. Where is our resident ghost whisperer?
Unfortunately, she won't be joining us tonight.
I heard she blew a gasket and freaked out.
She'll be fine. The reason I called this meeting was to discuss the preliminary findings at the Edwards home. I'd like all of you to take a look at this.
Creepy. Who's the artist? Charles Manson?
This was drawn by the daughter, Jennifer.
Oh, this is one troubled little girl.
Look at the writing in the lower right corner.
Oh, dear. The Nephilim.
And the sons of God.
Who exactly are these sons of God people?
And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, that they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. And it grieved him at his heart, and the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth.
I don't recall learning that in church.
The sons of God are angels. Fallen angels. And their offspring are a hybrid race of angels and humans. A.K.A. the Nephilim. Or to give it the Masoretic pronunciation, the Nephilim.
Let's not fill Mr. Hanna's head with a bunch of nonsense. Besides, there isn't much text to back that up.
Not in the King James Version, no. But the Nephilim are described in great detail in the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees.
The Gnostic Bibles are not recognized by the Church. Not by the Orthodox churches, anyway. It's considered heresy.
Father, let's not rehash an old argument.
I agree. It always gives me a headache listening to you two go back and forth.
The real question is, why is it written in the child's drawing?
Obviously she read about it, or had seen it on television.
Perhaps. But when I spoke to Karen on the phone, she could see a name in her mind when she was attacked.
What name was that?
The name was Samyaza.
Father, protect us.
Am I missing something?
Samyaza was the leader of the fallen angels, or so it is speculated. And some also believe a chief conspirator in Lucifer's attempted overthrow of heaven.
And you think a fallen angel is haunting that house? You're all mad.
Not all things in heaven and hell are dreamt of in your philosophy.
I thought I left all this mumbo-jumbo behind when I left California.
Gabriella, you have a visitor.
Tell them to come back. This is not a good time. I'm in the middle of a meeting.
It's the witch.
Oh.
The witch.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
I know I'll regret asking, but who's the witch?
Eva Colvin, card-carrying Wiccan.
She's a very nice lady.
And super hot.
Dawn.
Sorry, Father.
Where is she, Barb?
Outside. Well, I didn't ask her in. She gives me the creeps.
Hello, Gabriella.
Eva. This isn't a good time. I'm in the middle of a meeting right now.
You're investigating the Edwards girl, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You must be cautious. I have foreseen things.
You know I have great faith in your abilities, Eva, but now is not the best time.
I'm afraid for you. You put yourself in danger too easily, and this time, I believe you're dealing with forces far greater than you know.
I'm pretty sure I know what I'm getting into, but... All right, Eva, I'll bite. What exactly have you foreseen?
I had a dark dream. I saw the vision of an ancient and powerful demon. And in my vision, it was hunting you.
Gabriella.
I'll be right there, Barbara.
Detective Worthington's on the phone. The Edwards. They've been murdered.
Murdered? By who?
He said it was the girl. Jennifer.
Gabriella, over here.
Thanks for calling, Daniel.
No problem. I figured this case was right up your alley. Did you have any idea she was capable of murder?
There was no indication.
Come on, I'll take you up to the crime scene. Maybe it'll mean something to you.
When did it happen?
We think about 9:45. She killed both of them with a crazy-looking dagger. Could be some kind of satanic ritual.
Oh, come on. You know it never turns out to be a satanic cult.
Well, I have to start somewhere.
My God.
Yeah, she killed them in their sleep. Lucky bastards. It's amazing how much blood is in the human body.
On the wall. Written in blood.
She must have wrote it after she killed them, though. She claims no memory of murdering her parents. Huh. How typical. Samyaza. Any idea what it means?
Not a clue. Where's Jennifer now?
Downtown.
Do you think I could speak with her?
She should be processed by now, sure. You can follow me to the station. Maybe you can get more than the one sentence I got out of her.
And what was that?
The fallen have returned.
Twilight Audio Theater presents. In the time before the Great Flood, the sons of God fell to earth and mated with mortal women, spreading their lineage across the earth. They were known as the Nephilim. Consumed with hatred for mankind, they slaughtered men, women, and children with a demonic purpose. Throughout history, each new generation of Nephilim waged bloody war against man, until one turned her back on their dark mission. These are the Adventures of Gabriella Thomas.
Tanya Milovich,
David Olds,
Lothar Tucker,
Maureen Boutier,
Russell Gold,
Sarah Golding,
Steve Schneider,
Joshua Price,
Crystal Donahue,
Julie Hoverson,
Kevin Hartnell,
Kawana L. Smith,
Eric Kershaw,
Nicole Robinson Carroll.
Tonight's episode, The Return of the Fallen, Part 3.
Evening, Detective. Gabriella.
Staying out of trouble, I hope.
You know me. Just doing my job.
Jennifer, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm great. If you didn't hear, I'm wanted for murder. Things couldn't be better.
If you confess, this will go a lot easier.
They were my parents. How could anyone think I killed them? I didn't do it. You have to believe me.
Daniel, let me talk to her.
Okay. Call for Davidson if you need me.
Sure.
That guy's a dickhead. He thinks he's Mr. Big Man on campus.
He's just doing his job.
Whatever.
Can you tell me what happened?
It's like I told the pigs. I can't remember.
Alright. Then what's the last thing you do remember?
I was in my room listening to music when I began to sense that presence again. But this time it was different.
How was it different?
I could smell it.
Smell it?
Yeah, it smelled like...
Jennifer, what did it smell like?
Brimstone.
Who are you?
You know who it is, little Nephilim.
Impossible!
Oh, not impossible at all.
It can't be. You're locked away till...
Judgment Day. But I couldn't wait till then to see my old friend.
What do you want?
That's the Gabriella I remember. So suspicious. I was hoping we could catch up. How's the husband? Oh, that's right. I forgot. Such a shame, really. He was so handsome and oh, so fragile. Much like this sweet creature.
Leave the girl alone. She's an innocent.
Innocent? I think not. All it took was a friendly push from me. Those dark thoughts were always there, lurking beneath the surface.
Enough! Leave her at once!
You have no power over me, half-breed. Poor Gabriella, you still don't understand. But you will. Your sad existence is such a tragedy.
Go to hell!
Already been there. I didn't care for the food.
I don't have time for your games, deceiver.
You think this is a game? This is about revenge, traitor!
Guard! Let me out!
I'll be seeing you soon, Gabriella.
Please don't leave me here. Gabriella, help me.
Did she tell you anything?
No.
Nothing?
No, but I'd like to bring in Father John. I think he can help.
Did she ask for him?
No, but...
Gabriella, is something the matter?
She didn't do it. What's that?
Davidson, what the hell is going on?
It's the girl.
God, no! Is she...
She's dead. She put her head between the bars and snapped her own neck.
How is that possible? She must have said something to you, Gabriella. What did she say to you?
She didn't say a word.
Wow, that's a lot of paperwork.
Oh, you're not kidding. She doesn't like to throw anything out. It'd be like an episode of Hoarders if it wasn't for me.
What's in all these boxes?
Oh, old case notes and crap.
Gabriella seems very young to have been doing this for very long.
Oh, yeah, she's a lot older than she looks, you know. We can just stack them in the hallway till we find another place for them, all right?
I really appreciate this, Mrs. Downs, but there's no need to go to all this trouble. I don't plan on staying.
Please call me Barbara.
Sure, Barbara. How did you come to work for Gabriella?
What has Gabriella told you about herself? Eh?
Very little.
Yeah, Gabriella and I, we go back a long way. Terrible thing about the Edwards. Yeah. I knew them from church. Such a shock, isn't it?
I know, the daughter may have been strange, but she showed no sign of homicidal tendencies.
I think your phone's ringing.
Text message. It's from Gabriella.
What's it say?
Meet me at Hallows Edge Park. Come alone. Very dangerous. Bring a weapon. Barbara knows the way. St. Michael's Medallion. ASAP, which means now.
She's in trouble. Do you know where the park is?
Yeah, I passed it coming into town. It has the bronze statue of the Revolutionary soldier at the entrance.
Well, the main entrance, yes, but she wants you to go by the footpath off Maple Street. You won't be noticed from that direction. Do you have protection?
I have a 9mm.
Oh, yeah, that's not what I meant. Here, take this.
What is it?
It's a St. Michael's medallion. Rosemary bought it by this afternoon. It'll protect you.
Protect me from what?
Let's just say ancient enemies.
What am I getting myself into? All right, Gabriella, where the hell are you? Gabriella, is that you?
Stay where you are. This is Detective Worthington of the Hallows Edge Police Department.
Evening, Detective. I'm Michael Hanna, an associate of Gabriella Thomas.
Your partner's in a lot of trouble.
What type of trouble?
She was the last one with Jennifer Edwards before her death.
Not Jennifer too.
Yes, and Gabriella's a top suspect. She needs to turn herself in.
I don't think so.
Hello, Gabriella.
Is it true what the detective says?
That's not Detective Worthington.
Then who is it?
A demon. The same demon who killed the Edwards family.
You're insane. You need some serious help.
Gabriella, you're not making sense.
Listen to me, Michael. It has the ability to move from host to host. First, it took possession of Jennifer. Then, it moved on to Detective Worthington.
She's lying, Michael.
The only liar here is you, Samyaza.
Samyaza?
It's the truth, Michael. Isn't it, demon? Samyaza was once a soldier in Heaven's army. But after his fall from grace, he was banished to the dark prison to await his final judgment. And now, his only means of travel into this world is by possession of a human host.
I hope you know what you're doing. If you're wrong, I just pulled a gun on a police officer.
A Nephilim and a mortal. Two fools on a fool's errand. And how do you plan on stopping us? Even now our power grows. Soon we will walk the earth once again. Not you, not anyone will prevent us from taking dominion over our new kingdom.
The only kingdom you'll reign over is the pit you were banished to.
What do you plan on doing with that gun, mortal? Shooting me will only kill the detective, but bullets will do quite nicely against you.
No!
What the hell was that?
Eva!
Hear me, knights of the past, knights of ancient lore. Hear me, knights of old lost in battle, whose blade did good. I summon thee to my arm's aid.
Damn you, witch! I will burn the flesh from your bones with hellfire!
By your spirit blade I invoke thee! Hear me, and fight at my side. Protect me from demonic harm. Let my army be done.
Michael, help the detective.
What did you do?
I sent him back to the pit, but temporarily, I fear. It is a very old and powerful creature.
He's coming around.
How did I get here?
You fainted.
Let's get the detective home. The forest has eyes at night.
Not a word in here about us or the unusual circumstances, just the sad story of a disturbed girl and the murder of her parents.
Does that bother you?
It's not the truth.
Oh, really? And what truth is that? That the supernatural does exist? That demons are capable of possessing you on August 10th as well as October 31st? No, Michael. The world is just not ready for that. Maybe it never will be.
But Jennifer will be remembered as a killer.
But we know the truth. And for now, that must suffice.
Gabriella.
Yes, Michael.
Last night, he called you Nephilim.
It called me Nephilim.
It, whatever. Why did it call you that?
That is because I am a descendant of the fallen.
Your parents were angels.
No. My mother was part Nephilim. And right now, only my friends are aware of that fact. I'd like to keep it that way. The less people who know the truth, the less will be put in harm's way.
If I hadn't seen it myself, I'd think you were nuts. Or maybe I'm going crazy.
You know what they say. Seeing is believing.
Going out.
I wish to pay my respects to the Edwards. Oh, and I almost forgot. Father John and Dawn will be by shortly with the delivery of a new mattress and box spring. For you. Please instruct them where to put them.
Thank you, Gabriella.
I guess this means you're staying.
I've grown tired of running. It's time to face my demons.
Good morning, Gabriella.
I thought you didn't go for Christian traditions, Eva.
My fight isn't with the Christians.
This shouldn't have happened. I should have realized who was behind this.
It's not your fault.
But it is. If it weren't for me, it wouldn't have killed them.
You can't control the evil in the world.
But I can try and stop it.
Gabriella.
Yeah?
Don't go.
Go where?
I know where you're going. He talks to me in my dreams. Don't go to see him. You're only making it harder. The longer he remains in this world, the harder it will be for him to cross over. You must let him go.
I can't. Not yet.
Gabriella, he was my friend too. We all loved him.
I have to go. William, I'm here.
I hoped you had forgotten me.
No, Will. I would never forget you.
I have lost so many things. My memory decays like my body in this tomb.
Eva says hello.
Eva? I had almost forgotten her. I only speak to her in the dreaming. She does not approve of my imprisonment.
You're not my prisoner, Will.
But I am. Your love holds me to this hallowed ground. I will linger and fade until you release me.
I can't.
They are coming for you, my love.
I know.
They will make your friends suffer. They will make me suffer. Torture and torment for all eternity. Your betrayal of them will not go unpunished.
I won't allow it!
You have not the power to defeat them. I must go.
Wait!
I cannot. I no longer have the power. I go to wander the plains between worlds, doomed to a shadow existence that you have fashioned for me, bound by your love.
Will! I never meant to hurt you!
Nevertheless,
William, don't go!
Goodbye, Gabriella.
You have been listening to The Adventures of Gabriella Thomas. Music was by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. A complete list of his amazing compositions can be found in the show notes. The Adventures of Gabriella Thomas was created by Neil Guston. This has been a presentation of the Twilight Audio Theater. Copyright 2016.